Mother Mione. Let us begin at the beginning, shall we? Now that you are a formal member of the Adventurers Guild, we must be sure to have a firm grasp of the fundamentals of adventuring. To that end, I have 3 tasks I wish you to perform. Your first task is to visit the Aetheorite. This massive crystal stands in the middle of the Aetheorite Plaza, not far from Caroline Canopy. As a device that enables instantaneous transportation, the Aetheorite plays a key role in the life of the ever-wandering adventurer. Once you have located the crystal, all you need to do is touch its surface. A member of the Wood Whalers will be present to offer further instruction. For your second task, you are to visit the Conjurer's Guild. There is no better place to learn the arts of conjuring. There is no better place to learn the arts of conjuring. Speak with Madelle, and she will explain the benefits of joining the guild. For your third and final task, I would have you visit the markets at the heart of the old Gridania's commercial district. There you shall find weapons, armor, and all the various items that an adventurer might need on her travels. There is, however, more to the markets than buying and selling goods. Speak with Parsamentret, and listen well to his counsel. The master merchant can be uncooperative at times, so be sure to offer him one of my famous eel pies. Ew. Like so many men, he is much more charitable when his stomach is full. Here, I made a batch not long ago. You have your tasks, Suicune. May Nopicia guide your path. Nophicia? It's Nophica, so I guess Nophicia? Whatever. Nophicia. And one more thing. Should you happen to come across any citizens in need, don't be afraid to proffer a helping hand. I am certain they will be pleased to meet an adventurer in whom they can confide their woes. Granted, the work they offer is unlikely to be of realm-shattering importance, but prove your worth and build a reputation, and in time folk will be more inclined to entrust you with matters of moment. See too what looks like an older adventurer talk to, I guess, like a younger one. Probably around 16 maybe, at the most. I also suggest that you lend an ear to the smith here in the Canopy. The smiths are trusted representatives of the Adventurers Guild and are an invaluable source of advice for neophyte heroes seeking to attain greatness. The younger one bows. And she walks off. He then turns to me and waves. It's like, "Sup?" Quest accepted. Main menu. Yes, I know about the main menu, thank you. Sanctuaries. A crescent moon icon will appear at the right of your experience bar whenever you enter a sanctuary. While in this special area, you will accrue a rested bonus. The bonus will continue to grow even if you are offline. So this is one of those things where if I leave the game inside of town or something like that, then I guess I get bonus experience or something. All experience earned through battle, crafting, and gathering while under the benefit of the rested bonus will increase 50%. Okay, so it's one of those things where they really want you to leave the game in a safe area, basically. Inns and cities, as well as various outposts and settlements, are classified as sanctuaries. To maximize your experience earning potential, make it a habit to always log out in one of these areas. That was something that I was forgetting with my other character. I know how to travel. There we go. Alright, so let's see. Attune yourself to the Aetheorite. So let's go out over here. And the Aetheorite is a giant blue crystal. I mean, like, massive blue crystal. And surrounding the crystal is a ring with, let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5 smaller crystals attached to it, I think. And it rotates around it clockwise. And then the Aetheorite crystal itself is actually rotating counterclockwise. I can click on it and attune myself. I just reach out my hand like I'm gonna pet it. I've attuned myself to the Aetheorite. Nicia. Greetings, adventurer. I see you are faithfully following Mother Mione's instructions. Oh, it's one of the whaler people, one of the guards, basically. Allow me to offer you a bit of instruction myself. I am Nicia of the Wood Whalers, and I know a thing or two about the Aetheorite. Yes, that big crystal right there. Dude, that staff is way bigger than she is. Aetheorites are devices that tap into ethereal energies and are primarily used as a means to travel swiftly from one place to another. Return and teleport, the most common transportation spells, make direct use of the Aetheorites and their connection to the flow of aether. As these devices are found almost every corner of Eorzea, any adventurer worthy of their name will wish to seek out and attune herself to each one. Truly, few things in this world are so useful to an intrepid explorer. I mean, they really are. But you need not locate them all at once, except I will. Before rushing out into the wilds, I suggest you start with the Aetheorites found here in Gridania. Should you wish to learn more about the Aetheorite or transportation magic, I am here to answer your questions. Return learned. You attune with the Aetheorite. You are now able to use the return spell. Return. Yes, I know how to return. It's like a Pokemon. Alright, so now that I've touched the Aetheorite, I can, like, if I go out onto the map and go beat some stuff up and I want to come back to this town, then I can just click on the map and go back to this town. So, set home point. It's already set here because it's the only thing I've got. Alright, so I completed Objective 1. Visit the Conjurer's Guild. Okay. Let's go visit the Conjurer's Guild. Alright, so the Conjurer's Guild is in a slightly foresty area. I'm actually in some kind of cave. And it has wooden floors. There's a desk here for the guild receptionist, which actually says I should speak to the guild receptionist, so let's talk to this person. Medell, you seek the secrets of conjury, adventurer? Then search no longer, for you have found the way to the Conjurer's Guild. It is at Mione's request that you have come. Then allow me to provide you with an overview of what it is to be a conjurer. Conjury is the art of healing and purification. Its practitioners harness the power of nature, that they might bring about change in the form of spells. Primitive magic, such as the once wrought by individuals known as mages, meaning those with the ability to manipulate ether, has existed since the dawn of time. It was not until some 5 centuries ago that conjury emerged from this shapeless amalgamation of spells and charms, an event which led to the founding of Gridania. In those dark days, the elementals would not suffer man's presence in the Twelveswood, forcing our forebears to make their homes beneath the earth, in the great subterranean city of Galnora. But their desire to settle in the Twelveswood continued to burn fiercely. Time and again they sought to curry the elementals' favor. Unlike men and other creatures bound in temples of flesh, the elementals are beings of pure ether. Recognizing this, the mages of Eld reasoned that their talents for etheric manipulation might allow them to commune with these Thiteraphore enigmatic entities. It took 5 long decades, but our forebears finally succeeded. Their reward, the elementals' permission to dwell in the Twelveswood. So it was that the nation of Gridania was born. Since that time, the elementals have taught us to live as one with nature, speaking to all Gridanians through the hearers, those mages who are able to commune with them. And for their intimacy with the elementals, the hearers would go on to attain greater mastery over the forces of nature. Thus did they conceive the art of conjuring. I hope this has helped you gain a greater understanding of the Conjurer's Guild. Should you wish to delve further into the mysteries of conjuring, then I urge you to consider joining our ranks. I can begin your initiation whenever you desire. Call upon me when you are ready to take the first step. And the receptionist kind of looks like your typical mage. They've got, a pointy hat and robes. Is your mind made up? Are you ready to join the Conjurer's Guild? Yes. That as well. I shall introduce you to our guildmaster, Brother Isumi Yan. Brother Isumi Yan presides over the Conjurer's Guild, even as he serves the nation as a hearer. You'll find him in the meditation area within. Go to him and make known your desire to join the guild. Yeah, since we're in a cave, the ceiling is rock, the floor is made of wood. It's very dark in here. The only light is these lamps. They're kind of dotted around. And places where I don't see safety rails prevent me from plunging to my death. But you know how that goes. Alright, let's go talk to the guildmaster. So Isumi Yan he looks really young to me. He also looks short. He's got pointy black horns, white hair, and I think he's got white eyes. It's kind of hard to tell from this angle. And he's got a big black, kind of wizardy looking coat with a black choker, I guess, around his neck. Greetings, adventurer. I am told you wish to become a conjurer of Stillglade Fane. I am Brother Isumi Yan, master of this guild. Before you are formally accepted into our ranks, I would impart to you the principles of conjuring. Pray attend me well. Yeah, that dude is short. I mean, I know I'm playing a tall character because I'm an elf, but damn, that guy is short. I don't remember him being so short. Conjuring, probably because my character was, 2 feet tall. Conjuring is an arcane art that takes life and the living for its domain. Its primary purpose is the salving of hurts and the granting of protection. Adventurers such as yourself oft stand upon the front lines of battle. Owing to this, you are like to find yourself in many situations where a capacity for healing would be advantageous. Mind you, there is more to conjuring than that. By harnessing the power of earth, wind, and water, conjurers are also capable of weaving spells that wreak havoc. In terms of sheer destructive power, conjuring may pale in comparison to thaumaturgy, but its capacity to defend one against aggression more than compensates for the relative shortcoming. In mastering healing and purification, not only will you be able to mend wounds and purge afflictions, you will also be able to breathe life back into the fallen. So I'm a necromancer. More than simply healers, yet not true dealers of destruction, conjurers realize their full potential when they employ their powers in support of others. This, my dear adventurer, is what it means to be one of us. Mayhap that was too much to grasp upon a single hearing. But worry not, for the meaning of my words will become clear to you in due time. You will come to understand that conjuring is not the sole province of the conjurer. Should you wish to walk our path, I must needs ask that you solemnly vow to embrace nature, to heed the will of the elementals and Twelveswood alike. Can you make this vow? Do you vow to embrace nature? No. Yes, of course I do. I knew your answer ere your lips had parted, yet I am no less pleased to hear it. By the power vested in me, I hereby name you a member of the Conjurers Guild. And so to work! Listen well, now, for I would assign you your first task as a conjurer of Stillgate fame. Just beyond the city gates, you will encounter squirrels, ladybugs, and fungars. I would have you slay 3 of each. Lest you wonder how I can so coolly order the taking of life, knowing that things are not as they once were. As a consequence of the calamity, and I may add through no fault of their own, these creatures have become a burden to the Twelveswood, a burden it cannot well bear. As a conjurer, it is your duty to carry out the will of the forest, and by employing your powers in so doing, you will come to learn something of your art. Go now, Suicune, and perform your first task in the name of the elementals. So first it's like, oh, we're gonna go heal wounds and save people, and I was like, now go murder some animals. It's like, great. Awesome. Alright, I still have another task. I have to listen to Persamontrit's explanation of the markets. Let me go find that person. Alright, so we're approaching what is basically kind of like a giant shopping mall in fantasy terms. It's a huge wooden building with, I guess that's green stained glass? It's either stained glass or cloth, I can't quite tell. And of course, like with everything else, it's made completely of wood, because, you know, we're in a giant forest. Here's that person I gotta speak to. And it is a... He's another elf dude. He is a tall elf dude. He looks like a kind of grumpy old dude. He's got short gray hair and a mustache. Gray mustache. By what right does a fledgling adventurer presume to address Parsamontrit, master of the markets? You think you can stroll in here bold as you please and demand my hard-earned knowledge? Ha! A merchant does naught for naught, especially when dealing with would-be heroes. If, on the other hand, you had some tasty morsel to curry my favor, then I might reconsider your request. Come now, this whole encounter reeks of Mione's heart handiwork, and more specifically, her baking. Don't look so surprised, lass. I smelled that eel pie of yours a malm away. Hand it over. There you go. Oh, and he's got glasses on. Who would have known that elves need to wear glasses? He also looks very fancy. He's got like a fancy blue coat and shirt with basically a golden choker around his neck. That flaky crust, just divine. Very well, I am a man of my word. Pay close attention, for I shall only explain this once. Except I'm recording you, so ha. The aspiring adventurers need look no further than the rosewood and ebony stalls. Both are but a short stroll from where we stand. If you mean to do battle, you best be prepared with a quality set of weapons and armor. Such goods are the province of the Rosewood Stalls, directly south of here. You will be pleased to learn that the merchants of Gridania are exceedingly particular when it comes to craftsmanship, so you needn't fear defective straps and the like. If it is potions and paraphernalia you seek, head north to the Ebony Stalls. The shelves are lavishly stocked by widely traveled Yuldan merchants, and I may truly say that I have seen things amongst their myriad wares that I scarce knew existed. Do you follow me thus far? The first step in any purchase is to select the stalls that meet your needs. Then you may concern yourself with price and profit. There is little more I can teach you with mere words. Go peruse the stalls and see for yourself what wares they offer. There is no substitute for first-hand experience, after all, and I am weary of talking, unless you have another eel pie. Little tutorial for handing over items. So yeah, one side of the little mall's got kind of like a grayish-green carpet, and the other side has got red carpet. Alright, back to the Carline Canopy now that we've fulfilled that first quest. Back to Mother Mione. The Conquering Hero returns. You have completed my little tasks, I trust? The 3 locations you visited will feature prominently in your life as an adventurer. It is best you grow familiar with them as soon as possible. And you took the time to listen to the woes of the citizenry? I cannot emphasize enough how important it is to lend your talents to one and all, no matter how trivial the matter may seem. I am thankful that you are an obliging sort, Suikyu. It's an adventurers like you who will win the hearts of the locals and pave the way for those who follow. I pray Gridania can rely on your aid in its struggles to come. Got me some experience and money. We'll level up. Alright, so she's got my next story quest, but it's red with a little key on it. What's the requirement? This quest is not yet available. All class jobs must be level 4. So I have to get to level 4 before I can continue on with the story. So, since the Conjurer's Guild wants me to go beat up some squirrels and stuff, let's go do that. Alright, back to the Conjurer's Guild, because I went and killed 3 squirrels, mushrooms, and ladybugs. So I'm going to turn in the quest. I kind of want to do some of these side quests. But part of me also wants to just go through the story. I'm not sure. Let me know if you have any preference on whether I should do some of these side quests. I don't honestly know if any of these side quests are all that interesting. But there's a guy here named Brea who's got a little pointy hat and, you know, mage robes and stuff. And I think I've done his quest before on a different character, and I thought it was relatively interesting. But I honestly don't remember. I know SWTOR, most of their side quests were actually really interesting, but I did do a couple quests on a different character, and one was like, go pick up 5 fruits. You know, things like that. There was one that was actually pretty interesting, but I don't remember which one that was, where I had to like cheer someone up with using the emotes. Though that was actually kind of interesting. I did like that. So if you're interested in me doing some of the side quests, let me know, and if I actually come across any of the interesting ones, then I'll record those, and if any are not interesting, then if I remember, which I may not, then I may leave them out. We'll see. Alright, let me go talk to this guildmaster dude. Isumi Yan. Welcome back, Suikun. The elementals have told me of your success. By placing yourself in the midst of nature and seeing it with a conjurer's eyes, you have taken your first step along the path to enlightenment. Healing, protection, and destruction. Though our spells vary in function, they all derive their power from the same source, the forces embodied in all creation. By gaining a true understanding of these, a conjurer may call upon them to manipulate his environment, thereby realizing the state of being that he desires. Yes, yours is a familiar look, the very picture of confusion. Be not disheartened, for comprehension shall come in due time. For now, you must learn to reach out to the forces embodied in each of us. Pray receive of me this hunting log. Within, you will find the names of such creatures as would pose a suitable challenge to a conjurer. There is no single path to mastering conjuring, yet should you find yourself needing a direction, know that the log is there to guide you. Breathe deep and open your eyes to that which cannot be seen. Feel the myriad life around you and draw upon its boundless reservoir of energy. Take up your cane and use it to lend that energy form. Go forth, my young conjurer, and be at one with the world. Return to me when you have learned to draw upon the forces around you with the self-same ease you draw upon those within. The next conjurer quest will be available from Isumi Yan upon reaching level 5. It's giving me raisins. Awesome. Some items can be used, granting various effects such as instant HP restoration, attribute boosts, and more. Using an item is as simple as just to use it. Alright. Hunting log. The hunting log is a record of you completing tasks involving slaying of certain creatures. By completing these tasks, you will earn rewards and unlock new challenges. The log can be accessed via logs from the main menu, or by pressing H on your keyboard. I mean, I see that this is a thing early on, but later in the game, I never see the hunting icon. So, I don't know how far this thing actually goes, or if I'm supposed to complete something in the meantime. I don't know, I just never see the little hunting icons past basically this beginner area, so I don't know. Now, I have no quests. I need to get a quest. To the Bannock. Let me go find my next quest. Oh yeah, I guess it must be level 4, because she is unlocked now. Mother Mione. Suikyun, have you visited the Bannock on your wandering? It is a training ground found just outside the city where the soldiers of the Order of the Twin Adder are drilled in swordplay and other martial matters. I mention this because an acquaintance of mine, a gentleman by the name of Galfred, is an instructor there, and I think you may be of use to him. Go and introduce yourself and find out if there's anything you can do to help. Mind you do not stray far from the path. The Twelves Wood is no place for merry strolls through the underbrush. Yeah, they've got monsters that are like level 9, if I'm not careful. Alright, I am back at the Conjurer's Guild because I got myself to level 5. I just went out into the forest and did a couple of those hunting things, and so that got me to level 5. Let's go talk to Isumi Yan again. It is good to see you again, Suikyun. By the air of serenity that surrounds you, it is plain you have learned to draw upon the energy of creation. I am glad. It is the wellspring of all our power. Yet the energy of creation is not one thing, but many, and to call upon all without first knowing each is conjuring at its most basic. As a part of your continuing education, it is my desire that you now learn about the elements of Earth. Make your way to Blessed Bud in the North Shroud, and there partake of Hearer Nolanel's wisdom. The depth of his affinity for the elementals of rock and soil is all but unique amongst conjurers, and he's a gifted instructor besides. You may be certain of receiving a most enlightening lesson of the subject of Earth. Alright. Trial by Earth. Nolanel. Again, he's your typical mage. He's got the pointy hat, he's got blue robes. Let's go talk to him. Nolanel. You seek Hearer Nolanel? Then seek no more, for you have found him. What can I do for you, friend? So, Brother Isumi Yan bid you come see me to learn of the elemental earth? That is well. The power of Earth is the solid foundation upon which a conjurer stands. I could happily lecture you for days on its intricate variations and properties. But I rather suspect the busy life of an adventurer would not afford the time required for such extended discourse. Accordingly, I shall offer you an opportunity to experience the qualities of Earth firsthand, in combat. Now, mark me well, Suikyun, and do exactly as I command. East of here, in the grounds of Treespeak Stables, there exists a patch of soil that bears the mark of corruption. Seek it out. When you have found the place, reach out to the focus of the Earth's trauma, and attempt to commune with it, as all conjurers can. Resentful of your intrusion, the tainted beings that feast unseen upon the energies seeping from the wounded earth shall then appear. Using the powers of conjuring, strike it down and permit the land a chance to heal. Much of the nature of Earth will be revealed to you during that struggle. Suikyun, I trust you will return to me a wiser woman than she who now departs. And I go a little tutorial about interacting, which I know how to do. And then there's a fate in this area, so I am actually going to go do that. And so what fates are, is they're kind of like spontaneous, like quests that you can do. Like, very spontaneous. They just kind of appear. And they're basically like, you know, kill 5 or kill 15, or I think even some like kill 25 of this one type of enemy. And, you know, as long as you do that, even to some degree, you'll get experience and money for doing it. And so as I was going to this tainted spot, you know, a fate showed up, and I guess I'm fighting a boss of some kind. Because it's that Lightling, except it's the mommy version of it. It's a big, big tip. Shoot her, maybe a spider, shoot a spider webs at me. It's not good. I don't want you to kill me. Stop it. There we go. Got his health halfway down. Oh, whoops, a big accident. Shot something else. Shit. That's okay. Now I've got 2 things beating me up. Even though it's just a little mini thing, a little ladybug or whatever, I did attract it, so I don't want 2 enemies at the same time. So that's be a boss, because he's taking me up. And basically all I do is I just hit my wing button to put that damage over time thing on it. And then I use my rocks and just repeatedly bash in the face. Can't see the amount of health it has, but I'm thinking I'm gonna kill it before it kills me. There we go. That was enough to give me a level up. Nice. Alright. Now let's go to my objective, just this way. Again, like with most areas in this part of the game, it's all just basically giant trees. Just massive trees, and just like a general, like what you would imagine a forest area to be. I'm running into a wall. Let's not do that. Apparently I didn't go the right way. I got distracted by the fate, so I went the wrong way. Alright, so I'm basically going to the stable's backyard. Is where I'm going. So now that I'm in the backyard, I basically see the little garden that they have going on. There's a guy out here spreading seeds or maybe fertilizer or something. He's like, a fine harvest we'll have this year. And it basically looks like they're growing... What is that? At first I thought they were pumpkins, but now I think it's like giant cabbage or spinach type looking plants. Oh, my whole body reeks of gistle greens. These are gistle greens. Okay, that makes sense. These are the plants they feed to the chocobos. Alright, so in the little garden, you see a little, like, purple... Yeah, basically like purple smoke coming out of a little section here. And so this is the corrupted area. So I'm going to go click on it. And I'm looking at it. And a tainted earth sprite popped out. And the earth sprite is basically, it's a yellow, or like a yellowish-orange crystal surrounded by rocks. And so every once in a while the rocks will detach itself from the crystal and hit me. But it's easy to beat. So again, like with everything, you just hit wind, and then just use the stone until it dies. And it's dead. Alright, let's go talk to Nolanel. Welcome back, Suikyun. The elementals whisper of your accomplishments. How did it feel to confront the embodiment of Earth? To endure its onslaught? Has the crushing power of this element shaken thy very marrow of your bones? Corruption occurs when the land's wounds are prevented from healing. In vanquishing the tainted sprite, you permitted the Earth's energies to flow unimpeded, and to nourish the land once more. Can you not sense the strength of the Earth returning? Already the land begins to heal. Thanks to your actions, that field will once again bear bountiful crops. When next you have reason to call upon your art, look back upon this task and that which you accomplished. Experience once more the grinding weight of the earth's fury, and revel in the memory of life flowing anew through the land you helped restore. With such thought shall your understanding of nature continue to grow. I hope you are paying attention, Sylphie. You're like, what? Behind us was a girl with... She actually looks a lot like me. She's got blonde hair and the kind of, I think, same blue eyes I've got. But she's got little pigtails. See, this adventurer here? Suikyun came all the way from Stillglade Fane just to hear my lesson. You would do well to learn from her example. If you wish to become a conjurer worthy of the name, you must make an effort to study nature. Do you attend me, young lady? Sylphie, why should I bother studying nature? I can conjure already. She walks towards us and swipes her hand in front of us and just heals all three people standing around, just like it was nothing. See? No. You have a rare gift for healing, Sylphie. A wonderful gift. Yet there is more to being a conjurer than... She shakes her head. But I don't want to do more. I want to heal. I'm good at healing. You can't make me do those other things. She's such a brat. And she looks like she's 14, so yeah, she's definitely brat age. No. Sometimes I wonder why I even try. Sylphie joined the guild shortly before you came to us. As you yourself just experienced, she possesses a prodigious talent for healing. Indeed, despite her tender years, I know a few conjurers who are her equal in that field. Alas, nature, the very wellspring of her power, holds no interest for the child, and when she should by rights be learning about the land, she prefers instead to wander it, healing people on a whim. You, in contrast, have been a most attentive student. I have taught you all I know of the element of earth. You may report back to Brother Isumiyan, and tell him as much. Alright, back at the guild. Conjurer's Guild. Isumiyan. Ah, Suikyun, you have returned. But tell me, how did you fare under Nolanel's expert tutelage? Have you delved deep into the earth and felt its suffocating weight? Its life-sustaining vigor? Such experiences will serve you well. And have you aught else to report? A fledgling conjurer named Sylphie cast healing magic upon you? How kind of her. I must confess to sharing Nolanel's frustration with the girl. As you yourself have witnessed, Sylphie's Sophie possesses a natural talent for the conjuring of mending and restoration. Alas, her gifts appear to have blinded her to the need for study, and she outright refuses to learn about the natural world. She knows nothing of the elements of earth and wind, and is quite incapable of conjuring even the tiniest pebble or the faintest breeze. I have tried upon numerous occasions to explain to her that conjurers who are ignorant of the source of their power pose a risk to themselves and others, but all is to no avail. Should she continue to deny the debt she owes to nature, and indulge in her ever more reckless display of power, there is every possibility that she will create a dangerous imbalance. Needless to say, I am presently at a loss to know how such an eventuality might be prevented. Ah, a thought occurs to me. Suicune, it may be that your encounter with Sophie was ordained by the elementals. Should you chance to meet with her again, I ask that you strive to impress upon her the importance of opening oneself to nature's voice. Mayhap she will listen to you. But we have discussed our wayward young friend's education enough. Let us speak instead of one of my more willing pupils, namely you. The progress you have made does you great credit, Suicune. Though you are yet new to the art of conjuring, you are no stranger to nature's embrace. Considering all that you have learned, I hope you understand the true significance of these words. Oh, and I get to pick something. Alright. So I'm going to get by default a maple wand and a square maple shield. But I can also get a custom-made robe of healing, a hat, and I can only choose one of these things. I can't get more than one. And I can either get a bone ring, which actually doesn't help me at all, or a copper wristband, which I can only wear at level 8, which I'm not, or I can get money, even though I am broke. I am actually going to get the hat, because the hat gives me the most benefits right now. So I'm going to go get a hat. I'm going to get myself a pointy hat, which is going to completely clash with my outfit, but that's okay. Yep, that doesn't work at all, but that's okay. It's there to keep my head protected, not to look fashionable. I can look fashionable later. Gelfred. What's up, Gelfred? Greetings, Suicune Astroma. Mione sent word to expect you. My name is Gelfred, and I am responsible for training our twin adder recruits. I thank you for volunteering your assistance. The Twelves Wood is much changed since the calamitous arrival of the 7th Umbral Era 5 years ago. The power of the elemental wanes, and the harmony of the forest gives way to chaos. A great abundance of life has been lost as the strong run rampant, stifling the weak and new-sprung. Though it may not appear so to the eye of an outsider, the Twelves Wood is ailing. Its once rich variety is fading memory. For the citizens of Gridania, the restoration of the forest is a sacred duty, and it is my hope that adventurers such as you will offer to aid them in their struggle. Listen to their requests, and do all that you can. May the elementals bless your endeavors, Suicune Astroma. Oh, I get a reward. I can get some altered leather thigh boots. Do I really need gold? I kind of spent all my money on teleporting around. So I need... Was this actually any better than what I'm wearing? Is it? I think so. It gives me a little bit of intelligence, so I guess I'll put that on. I'm gonna keep that. Alright, gotta talk to Gelford again. Yeah, Gelford kind of looks like the other the other guards in the town, except he's got brown, like a brown tunic, and kind of a red mask going on, and he's got kind of ear-length blonde hair. I see you are eager to lend a hand, Suicune. This as well, but I cannot in good conscience send you into the forest until I have established that your equipment is equal to the task. It bears repeating that in the 5 years since the dawn of the 7th Umbral era, many of the Twelveswood creatures have transformed into vicious, bloodthirsty monsters. Venturing into the forest without proper gear is tantamount to suicide. I suggest you take some time to evaluate your equipment. Once you deem your armor to be of sufficient quality, present yourself to me for inspection. Equip your head, body, hands, legs, and feet with gear of item level 5 or above before returning to speak with Galford. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting as I, kind of get rid of all my money. So, let's see. Alright, let's go back to Galford and see if this is enough. Ready for inspection, are we? Right then, eyes forward, back straight. Yes, I think you can pass muster. You would be surprised at how many young, promising soldiers get themselves killed by rushing off into the woods without first donning a decent set of armor. Your equipment, however, should provide the required degree of protection. Consider yourself ready for duty, Suicune. Alright. I can get a new maple wand, so that's cool. Oh, I already had a maple wand from something. Oh well. I guess I'll be able to sell the other one. Alright, let's go talk to Galford again. Ah, Suicune, by your tireless efforts, you have proven yourself a friend to Gridania. I believe you can be trusted with sensitive intelligence. I would assign you a mission of considerable import, yet the need for secrecy prevents me from disclosing its details until you have pledged your participation. I am authorized to tell you only that it concerns suspicious activity in the Twelveswood. Say that you will lend us your aid, and I shall proceed with the briefing. Sure. I will help. Good. Time is of the essence, so listen well. You will by now have heard that a suspicious individual has been seen prowling Twelveswood. As you may also be aware, the Ixali activity has risen sharply in the region of late. What you may not know is that this increase coincided almost exactly with the first recorded sighting of the aforementioned individual. Suspecting a connection, we tightened our surveillance in hopes of tracking down our unknown visitor. Alas, our quarry is proving to be exceedingly elusive, almost as if he knows our movements ahead of time. But where whole units have failed, a lone adventurer may yet succeed. Acting independently and covertly, you may be able to close in on our quarry unnoticed. Fear and anxiety are beginning to take their toll upon the citizenry, Suicune. For their sake, I ask that you aid us in the investigation. Sure. You have my gratitude. With your help, I am hopeful we will shed light upon this mystery. Begin your search as a Lifemend Stump. Lifemend Stump. It is there that the majority of the sightings took place. Be forewarned, my people cannot offer you support lest our quarry catch scent of our presence and evade us yet again. Proceed with caution. Alright, so basically we came across a big, chopped down stump. and there is a circle, or basically a ring of stones and leaves surrounding it, and in the middle of it is a glowing magicked blade. And it looks all curvy. Let me go click on it. You're about to enter an instance battle. Instances, oh, that's where I have to leave party. That's one thing that I don't really appreciate about this game, is that I have to constantly leave my friend's party to go do all this single player stuff. For an like SWTOR did that extremely well, where your party can go into anywhere that you go. That's not the case here. My character looked at the curved blade and is looking around.
Look! Someone's already here. Oh dear. Is that a sword in the stump? Bad idea. Really bad idea.
Right now they're named as Animated Pugilist.
It takes a lot less than that to incite the green wrath, you know. Why, the first time we came to the Twelveswood, we almost ended up as a train's dinner, just for crashing our airship in the wrong place. It was all Papa Limo's fault, of course. Though he'd sooner swallow his staff than admit that he's wrong.
No,
the
not
Moogle.
this one. Not even close. Keep up.
You know her, Kuplo Cobb?
So the lady that's talking is wearing kind of like a white leather jacket with this weird black mask over her eyes. And I guess the mask has little holes in it so she can still kind of see. I'm not sure why she's wearing that. Must be part of the fashion of this place. And on top of her head is kind of like a turban looking thing with some goggles that I'm assuming she's using to get readings. And she can clearly see the Moogle. It's like we said that only certain people can see Moogles, and apparently she can see and hear the Moogle.
Well, not exactly, but we did once share a carriage. Isn't that right?
Yeah. And next to the Moogle is a Lalafell, which again, if you don't know what they are, they're basically like 2 feet tall little people. So, you know, they're my kind of people. And he's got short white looking hair, light blue eyes, I think, and I think he's got a monocle. He's very serious. And he's also wearing the goggles.
How are the readings?
Same as the last. There is a disturbance here as well. And newly manifested at that.
On top of his goggles, he's got some kind of like green glowing gem looking thing. Like it's a round gem that's glowing. I guess he's using that to get readings.
Kuplo Cobb seems convinced of your innocence. But if this isn't your doing, whose is it?
Ever since the calamity, the forest's been really sensitive. The slightest disruption to the etheric flow, and this sort of thing happens.
Oh, a tree branch limb came out of the ground. A very angry tree showed up. Lots of very angry trees showed up. They've got faces too. They've got like red eyes and a big mouth.
It seems we have little choice.
The short guy whips out his staff. Time to go beat up trees. Yes. Now we were attacking the big tree. And as always, you know, get the wind attack off. It's got a, I think, a 30-second effect where it will cause a little bit of damage. Just beat it with stones. Oh, too much reach. If you value your life, stay close. The shortcut might be healing. More trees showed up. It's not it. That's something called a roll action. I got the move Repose, which I believe lets me put an enemy to sleep. This activates. Which we're doing. Go to sleep. Of course, if anybody attacks him, it's gonna pick up. Until then, nobody's sleeping. Well done, almost there. Duty complete. Tree falls down, its red eyes turn dark. The lady sits on the ground gasping. Oh, there's a little blue crystal on the ground. Let me go touch it. Oh, the crystal floats up into the air by itself. And I reach out my hands and it glows in between my hands. The crystal glows and I'm surrounded by darkness. Followed by some kind of like arcane symbol underneath my character. One of the circles inside the arcane symbol glows and shoots a light into the void that I'm in. Similar to the beginning of the game where I was.
Hear, feel, think.
I'm looking around like, what? I look up and there's the giant meteor looking thing. Throwing fireballs down around me. Screen turns white.
Crystal bearer.
I'm floating in a void.
I am Heidelin, all made one.
There's a giant blue crystal about the size
A
of me.
light there once was that shone throughout this realm, yet it hath since grown dim. And as it hath faltered, so hath darkness risen up in its stead, presaging an end to life. For the sake of all, I beseech thee, deliver us from this fate. The power to banish the darkness dwelleth in the crystals of light. Journey forth and lay claim to them.
I see several shards of the same blue-colored crystal surrounding me. All roughly the size of me, or bigger. Until the mother of all crystals shows up. Holy crap. Yeah, that's a big crystal.
By thy deeds shall the crystals reveal themselves to thee. Only believe, for the light liveth in thy heart.
I look to my right and I see someone else. And my left is someone else too, and they just kind of like fly off. They don't know who they were. Oh, apparently I can fight them. I assume these are other crystal bearers and we're just kind of flying around the crystal. There's probably about 100 of us.
Go now, my child, and shine thy light on all creation.
I awaken to the blue sky and a Moogle red puffball in my face.
You fainted. A surfeit of ether, no doubt.
And what have we here?
The lady kneels down to see an Ixal.
Our culprit, it would seem, an Ixal. And no ordinary Ixal either. A chieftain. That they would venture this deep into enemy territory, the beastmen may indeed be acting under orders. This is Papalimo. We found
How
the
are we
culprit.
feeling then?
It was an Ixalan
Better?
chieftain.
Good.
Yes, we'll seek Brother Esumian's cooperation in the matter. Ida?
Giant crystals?
Oh, loud.
Can't say I've seen
Much
any.
the same as always.
Are you sure you're feeling better?
Understood. Over and out. Kuplokop, please bear word of these developments to Brother Esumian. We shall soon return to give a full report.
Understood. Over and out. Kupo!
Here is where we part ways. Till next time, take care.
Bye!
I think that sword might be a clue. You should definitely pull it out and take it back to the Bannock.
Bye! She waves at me.
You don't suppose that adventurer could see Kuplokop, do you?
And this occurs to you now? Yes, it seemed that way. Time will tell.
Well, time will have to, because you won't. You never tell me what's really going on. Unless... you don't know what's going on either.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
Oh, this short guy's got like white blonde hair. Very light blonde. Alright, back to Galfred. Zukyun, it's good to see you back. One of our patrols sent word that you had been spotted doing battle with enraged tenant, tree ants. I am relieved to find you none the worse for the experience. But tell me, what were you able to discover at Life Mend Stump? I found this sword. A sword in the stump? And a dead Ixal? I can say with absolute certainty that this blade is of Ixali origin. It is of a kind used exclusively in the beastman's rituals. The Ixal rarely set foot in the central shroud. So tight is our guard over the area. What purpose could have driven them to take such a risk? I fear something is afoot. What's that? A dubious couple sporting peculiar spectacles? Ha! So you have finally been acquainted with Wida and Palpamio. Yeah, Palpamio, I think that's... Oh, wait, no. Palpamio? I don't know. We'll find out later. It's not Palpamio. Lay your suspicions to rest. Gridania counts them among her staunchest allies. Both are scholars hailing from a distant land, and have been with us since before the calamity. Their garb may appear outlandish, and their exchanges baffling, but never once have they given us cause to doubt them. Indeed, they often assist the gods Quiver and the Wood Whalers in their work, much as I hope you will in the days to come, Suicune. Although our unknown visitor eludes us still, owing to your efforts, we have acquired important intelligence on the Ixali threat. You have my gratitude. We are fortunate indeed to have a capable adventurer such as you aiding us. I pray you will continue to serve the people of Gridania in whatever capacity you are able. Experience and money. Talk to him again. Suicune, injuries to several of my men have left me short-handed, and I require a capable sort to complete their unfinished duty. The task is simple. Put down as many of the local Shigoe population as necessary to acquire 3 of their egg sacs. Having done so, you are to deliver them to Monron Green at Gilbert's Spire. He will answer any queries you might have. Now, I have other business to attend to. Alright, well I killed a bunch of things. Now on to Monron Green. I'm gonna go with that. Ah, you must be the adventurer standing in front of our injured companions. Terribly unfortunate business, that. I've got your egg sacs. It seems, however, that you had little trouble gathering the egg sacs in their stead. Excellent work. I shall have them sent over to the Trappers' League immediately. Lest you wonder, these egg sacs are not destined for the dining table. Members of the Twin Adder and the Wood Whalers are assisting the League by collecting the samples they need to check for signs of sickness. The Shigoe, you see, is one of the few creatures capable of transmitting the disease known as the Creeping Death. Until relatively recently, any Heyer who contracted this ghastly illness would almost invariably perish. Indeed, a single outbreak once claimed the lives of a third of the Hyruan population here in Gridania. That was a long time ago, of course. With the medicines available to us now, the Creeping Death is not the killer it once was. Even so, it is best to halt any new outbreaks before they occur. Thus we gather Shigoe eggs on a regular basis in order to assist the Trappers' League with their ongoing research. Your timely assistance is most appreciated. So I got some experience, some money, and a wind shard. Some kind of crafty thing. And a high potion. And a level. I am now level 9. Nice. Such an embarrassing turn of events. I sent a recruit from the Bannock on a surveying expedition only for the Craven to turn tail and flee at the first sign of trouble. This is not how we treat requests from the conjurers. And as if such a poor showing weren't bad enough, the lily-livered halfwit left behind the surveying equipment provided by the hearer, Pauline herself. While I attempt to instill some backbone into the so-called soldier, would you mind recovering the survey gear and returning it to Hearer Pauline at Gabinot's Bower? According to my recruit's tale of woe, there should be a set of survey records, a survey rope, and 2 boxes of surveyor's instruments strewn about the interior of a cave to the south of here. It is a wonder the damn fool didn't lose his boots. Matron, watch over you. Relatable, dude. Relatable. I get your pain. Alright, I'm in a very nice wooden house. Now I'm going to speak to Pauline. Yes, may I assist you with some matter? Found your stuff. I think an enemy just came in here and tried to beat me up. My friend killed it, though. Not sure what happened there. Oh? But this is the equipment I left with the soldiers of Bannock. Fled at the first sign of danger, you say? I see. Well, all is not lost. It appears the recruit managed to complete the surveying assignment. The records are actually quite detailed. With the changes wrought by the calamity, I thought it was wise to send the Order of the Twin Adder on a number of expeditions to map the region's topography. As fortune would have it, the officers saw these tasks as an excellent opportunity to train inexperienced soldiers. We can no longer rely on our past knowledge of the Twelveswood. If we are to survive these troubled times, we must reacquaint ourselves with our surroundings, that we may be better discern the threats we face. Stay vigilant, adventurer. Yeah, I'm not gonna get that rope. I was gonna get some monies. My friend made me a nice set of clothes. You can now accept the next class, because I'm level 10. Oh, I got Medica. Actually, I got a couple of stuff. I got Medica, which is restore own HP and the HP of allies nearby. And Insuna removes a single detrimental effect from a target. Cool. You'll shove that over there. Gonna move my skills around. There we go. So let's speak to Pauline again. I hesitate to make such a dangerous request, but might you assist us in thinning the number of anoles on Naked Rock? In our efforts to commune with the elementals, we conjurers often find ourselves in the area. Of late, however, our meditations have all too frequently been interrupted by unprovoked anole attacks. Truly, the beasts grow more aggressive by the day. Their numbers have continued to grow since the advent of the 7th Umbral era, you see, forcing packs of the scalekin to come down from the mountains in search of food. If you could slay a handful of the beasts, that should lessen their need to hunt and also serve as a warning to the anoles to remain within their territory. But I am afraid you must do more than thin their existing population. If we are to truly break this spiraling growth, then we must also target their future offspring. Bring me one of their eggs, and you will have played your part in returning balance to this area of the forest. Alright, since I am... Oh, yeah. I am back at the Conjurer's Guild because I am level 10. So, like, every 5 levels you can do a healer quest, so that's what I'm gonna go do. Speak to Asumiyan. Greetings, Suikyun. Each time we meet, the part of Conjurer benefits you even better. Oh, befits you even better. In your previous lesson, you learned about the element of Earth. It is my desire that you next become acquainted with the wind. Travel to Full Flower Comb in the East Shroud and seek the teachings of Hero Wolfue. Yeah, Wolfue. Though scant few years have passed since her coming of age, Wolfue is a conjurer of consummate skill who is able to divine the will of air elementals with uncommon clarity. I can recommend no better tutor for your lesson in the mysteries of wind. Alright, I found Wolfue, whatever. That person I was sent to go find. You must be Suikyun. Brother Asumiyan sent word to expect you. It shall be my pleasure to instruct you on the patterns of gusts and gales. Now, how to proceed? Pray forgive my hesitation. It was but recently that I attained the title of hearer, and, well, you are my first student. Ah, yes, I believe I have a suitable task for you. To the east of Sweet Bloom Pier, there is a small spring, given rise to a pool. Go there and clear the air of the honeybee swarm which lately took up residence in the area. You seem uncertain. Mayhap you wonder at the connection between my request and the subject of your study. I sympathize, Suikyun. But trust me, inexperienced though I may seem, this deed will deepen your understanding of wind. Alright, well I went and go beat up some bees. Let's go talk to this lady again. Welcome back. I take it the bees are no more? Tell me, did you happen to notice many of the Vilekin's preferred flowers in the vicinity of the spring? I ask because there were none. Strange, then, is it not, that the bees should choose to congregate there? And what has caused this aberrant behavior? Still your mind and reach out with your senses. Can you feel it? The path of the wind veers from its natural course, sweeping hapless creatures along in its wake. Something is playing havoc with the air currents. Such a disturbance bespeaks corruption. Return to the spring near Sweet Bloom Pier and search for pockets of corrupted air. Should you find one, use your powers of conjuring to disperse it. Alright, so the air currents themselves are messed up. Wolfue. Well done, the wind no longer keeps its frustration. Let us return to Full Flower. Yeah, Wolfue or whatever joined me in the fight to beat up the corrupted wind. Alright, back at, I assume, her house or something. I must apologize for exposing you to such danger. the corruption was greater than I anticipated. Yeah, I almost died. I had like 2 health left. But it is through such trials that we flourish as conjurers. Now then, Suicune, what did you learn as you struggled with the air's grasp? You will doubtlessly have noticed that the wind does not strike with the instant crushing force of the earth. Instead, it torments one's form, dancing across every surface and leaving 1,000 tiny wounds in its wake. These are the agonies of erosion. Having experienced such pain, you are now intimately acquainted with wind's capacity for patient destruction. No land is stranger to its power. When you stand under distant skies and feel the wind's familiar caress upon your skin, remember the lessons you have learned here this day. I suppose I should be grateful that this latest elemental disturbance manifested itself at such an opportune time. Only the gods know what I would have taught you had it not. Yet the growing frequency of such phenomena begin to concern me. While it is true that the calamity wrought much harm upon Twelveswood, I suspect some other force is at work here. I bid you remain wary, Suicune. But enough of these ominous rumblings. I regret to say that your time with me is at an end. Return to Stillglade Fane and inform Brother Aisume of your newfound mastery. Oh, and be sure to thank him for sending me such a willing first student. I am pretty awesome. Alright, back at the Conjurers Guild. Let's talk to the Guildmaster. Welcome back, Suicune. The elementals inform me that you have opened your ears to the voice of the wind. That is well. Having made allies of 2 elements, you are well on your way along the path of conjuring, though full comprehension of these forces will only come to you in the fullness of time. Be patient. As you seek to embrace nature more fully, so will nature hold you more closely. Sophie, they made you study wind? Why bother? You don't need wind to heal things, whatever those dreary lessons tell you. Isumiyan, conjuring is intrinsically bound with nature, Sophie. These dreary lessons is one you should have learned by now. He shakes his head. I assume by your presence here that you have once again abandoned your tutors. You must understand, if you persist in casting spells without the proper knowledge... Sophie, I have all the knowledge I need. My mother never needed to embrace nature to heal, and the people she helped were thankful for her art. I'll learn conjuring the same way she did, and become just as a great conjurer, you'll see. But I didn't come here to argue with you, Brother Aisume. I want to tell you that I've discovered how to cast rays. Isume, how? What were you thinking, girl? You know not what you do, what you risk. You are meddling with forces beyond your comprehension. Should you even attempt to use that spell, I will have no recourse but to strip you of your name of conjurer and banish you from our halls. Do I make myself clear? Sophie, why must you be so angry with me? It's not as if I were trying to hurt anyone. She turns around and runs off like a little brat. He shakes his head. But that's... Sophie, my dear child. That's precisely the point. My apologies, Suicune. I hope you do not find these constant disruptions distracting. As you have just heard, Sophie's mother was also a conjurer who was unable to use any spells outside of the sphere of healing. Needless to say, Sophie seeks to emulate her in every way. It is a rare and wondrous talent to heal without relying on the energies of nature, but such power is not born of true conjuring. By all that we know of the art, it should not be possible for Sophie to cast rays. I shudder to think what would happen if she tried. I fear my inability to set her upon her true path reflects my own failing as a teacher. I am only glad that those same failings have not hindered you. Whether it be with my help or in spite of it, I believe that you will become a fine conjurer. Already you are blessed with a great power, and more shall be yours should you persevere with our art, as indeed I hope you shall. Yet, however much you grow, however powerful you become, remember that ours is a power borrowed, not taken. I nod. Before you depart, I would speak with you of one further matter. Thus far, you have completed 3 tasks to my satisfaction. I would officially recognize your efforts by granting you leave to join the other guilds. Gridania is home to guilds representing lancers, archers, leatherworkers, carpenters, and botanists. Should any of these paths appeal to you, you are free to seek membership at the associated establishment. I but ask that you bear one thing in mind. While man is given to curiosity and wants to explore new paths, only through focus may he attain true enlightenment. Naturally, it would please me most if you place conjuring above all other pursuits. Yep, that's definitely going to be a thing. Regardless of the path you choose, however, I have every confidence that your deeds will be to the honor of all concerned. Go now, Suicune, and seek your destiny. Ever shall the earth meet your footfall and the wind guide your path. You now have access to the Armorer's system. Quests to unlock the other classes can be undertaken by speaking to the receptionist in the corresponding guild. There exist myriad disciplines in Eorzea that adventurers can take up. For the most rewarding experience, however, it is recommended that you first focus on mastering your current class. And I can pick a bonus. Let's see, I can pick a tunic, hat, gloves, or boots, or gold. I wish I could look at my inventory while I'm on this screen. So it would be very helpful. So my friend gave me gloves, so I shouldn't really need gloves. I'll get a hat. It's an uglier hat that I'm wearing, but it's a hat. This hat's fucking. And then it talks about gear sets allow you to save several different combinations of equipment and swap them out at your leisure. A button for the gear set interface is located in the upper portion of the character window. This can be a very convenient feature for players who regularly switch back and forth between various classes, as well as for players who wish to have ready multiple sets of gear for different types of duties they undertake, such as PvP or instance raids. So, this game allows you to basically have whatever class you want on one character. So, even though I'm playing a conjurer right now, I can go and get a class for, like, to be an attacker, a tank, you know, one of the, I believe, even other conjurer abilities. You know, and then I can also do fishing and leatherworking and chop down trees and all that other stuff. So there's all kinds of things I can do. Alright, now I'm back to speaking to Pauline again. Ah, you have returned. Now might my brother and sisters continue their meditations undisturbed. You have my thanks. As for the egg, may I ask you to deliver it to Subo, Kamazan at Bannock? Anole eggs are both large and filled with nutrients, the perfect meal for a soldier. She will be more than a little pleased to see you, I should imagine. Alright, let's go speak to this person with a really complicated name, Kamazan. Who goes there? Oh, Suikyun, it's you. Another delivery? Here's an egg. I'm not certain I should be the one to... Nafisia. Wait. Nafisa. Yeah, whatever. That's an Anole egg. The troops will be glad indeed to see one of these at table. And you say Hearer Pauline sent you on this errand? I hear the Anoles are more numerous than ever, yet you appear to have managed the task with your skin intact. Your skill and bravery continue to amaze me, Suikyun. I mean, growing crops is a lot safer than pissing off a mother. I can get a Whispering Maple wand. I get a better wand. That's good. Let's whip. Alright. Yeah, what's supposed to do? Oh. Galfred. Hey, Galfred, I'm back. Suikyun, thank the gods you've come. We have a potential crisis on our hands, and I would appreciate your assistance. Will you hear me out? Sure. Listen well, for we haven't much time. To the southeast of here lies a dungeon known as Spirit Hold. It was all but destroyed during the calamity. Desiring to offer the ruins back to the forest, a hero ventured inside to carry out the rite of returning. Alas, it would seem something has gone awry. Word arrived just moments ago that the hero and his guards have been attacked by a towering shadow. Aye, you heard me true, a shadow. On any other day, I would dispatch my best quivermen to provide support, but I sent them to repel an Ixali incursion in the West Shroud nary a bell ago. The timing of these events cannot be mere coincidence. I fear the Ixal somehow caught wind of our plans, and are attempting to disrupt the rite in an effort to weaken the bond between man and elemental. They must not be allowed to succeed, and so I bid you go to Spirit Hold and do whatever is necessary to resolve the situation. Please say you'll help us. I knew you would not let me down. You have all the support I can muster. Now, we are racing against time, so you have best to make haste. Oh, I remember this quest. I do not like this quest. Alright, let's speak to Alistan. Who goes there? Adventurer, is it? Here, at Instructor Galfred's request, you say. Thank the matron! Doubtless you already know this, but a towering shadow manifested without warning and attacked the hearer in the midst of the rite. Most of his party has been successfully evacuated, but 5 remain unaccounted for. Please find them and see them out of harm's way. Oh, this is not the quest I was thinking of. I was thinking of a different quest. This one's easy. Wounded Wood Whaler. Let's go help him. A great shadow towering over me. Wood in the 12 goods grace. An adventurer? Please, you must save the hearer. I'm working on it. Gotta save you guys first. Galfred sent you? I am no longer of use here. Pray, help the hearer in my stead. Away, vile fiend! Away, I say! I defy you! I defy you! Huh? Oh! An adventurer! We were ambushed. Ambushed in the midst of the ritual. And then I'm not sure what happened. It's okay. Need to beat up some keys. And yeah, we're basically in a big ruins area like we'd expect. Basically stone with lots of moss everywhere. Things are crumbly. Speak to this guy. A cool-headed conjurer. You were sent to help? I fear you are too late. The ritual has failed. I must needs return to Gridania. The Seed Seer must know of this. Confused conjurer. That thing was no elemental, but a being born of darkness. The hearer languishes alone in the depths. You must help him. Let's go past the gate. No, we happened to join a fate while we were here. Oh, here it is. Boss in here, let's go. Nice. Alright, now let's talk to the injured healer. And it's gonna tell me I have to leave party, yeah. Again, SWTOR did this perfectly. Your people could join you wherever you went. See the conjurer on his knees, gasping for breath. There's that dude shrouded in black clothes and looks like he's got a mask on. Masked mage. Oh, mournful voice of creation. Like, and his words are red instead of just like your usual white text. He's got red text. Oh, mournful voice of creation, grant ye this humble stone a soul, that it may wake to life. And he just made a stone wall. So the rocks are coming off the ground, piecing themselves together. That thing doesn't like me. Time to beat up a golem. With my 2 spells. But at least I can heal myself, so... Just like the wind, I shall have patience and wear it down. You are strong, but are you strong enough? I'm trying to read the text in the middle of battle, and it can be hard to do that. Yeah. Circle danger. Impossible. Never has the golem been so sorely tested. I broke your toy. Masked Mage. That the golem could be vanquished. That woman is no ordinary adventurer. I'm the chosen one, haven't you heard? Trying to figure out how to pronounce this dude's name again. I know I'll hear it later, but Papalmio. I'm just gonna call him Papalmio. I know it's not right, but yeah. Damnation! He has eluded us yet again. Wida. Oh, fancy meeting you here. How are things? I clutch my right eye in pain as everything turns black. Because we're in a loading screen. I think it's called sepia tone. It's basically like a black and white version. Shh, move. More birds. They move on without my input. This makes it how many times today? 7? So this is basically a flashback. They're hiding behind a rock, I think. Their movements are beyond our fathoming. Wida. Do you think maybe they're trying to summon their primal? Papa. I hope not, for all our sakes. Yet we must be prepared for the worst. It transitions again. Withered. The same fate has befallen Emerald Moss. Short dude looks to the sky. It is as we feared. Dalamud's anomaly is affecting life in the Twelveswood. So this has to do with the previous iteration of the game. So what some people could see in the sky was Meteor actually getting closer and closer as they were reaching, I guess, patch 1.23. And so he's looking up at Meteor as it's right before the whole calamity bit. Wida. You mean the disturbance in the etheric flow? Papa. The very same. The Garleans have a lot to answer for. The imbalance they have created is plunging the land into chaos, just as Louis Sway first forewarned. Wida. It's no wonder the primals have started appearing. Pablo. Time is against us, but there is still hope for the land. We must hold fast to that hope and fight to the very last. Agreed. stupid thing? These stupid things happen to be the very latest in Charlian innovation. Show some respect. But they're so uncomfortable and ugly. If you ask me, they're an improvement over that mask of yours. I mean, that is fair. Her mask is pretty hideous. It looks so weird. But again, that's fashion for you. Hard to believe it's already been 5 whole years, isn't it? Already? 5 years is but a heartbeat in the life of the planet. I suppose you're right. Now that I think about it, the Twelveswood is barely recovered at all, and the Gridanians still have the same old problems. Aye, along with some new ones. Just in case the Ixal and Garuda weren't troublesome enough, the Sylphs had to go and invite Ramu, didn't they? Do you ever think about those adventurers who fought alongside us? I do, and then 5 years seem like ages. I wonder what became of them. Both of them look to the sky as cherry blossoms fall to the ground like little rain. Wida, look. Golly! And this is what, exactly? Yet another disturbance in the ether, and freshly manifested at that. It seems to be emanating from Life's Men's stump. We must hurry. That's when they ran into me. Back in the present. I look around in confusion. Wida, are you alright? Your eyes glazed over for a while there. The good news is that the hearer is unharmed. Somewhat dazed, yes, but whole of mind and body. The bad news concerns everything else. Lest you forget, the Twelveswood is the domain of the elementals. It is by their leave that man abides in the forest and avails himself of its bounty. The ground which the dungeon occupies is no different. Having no more use for the dungeon, the Gridanians sent a hearer to offer the place back to the elementals by way of the rite of returning, which is essentially an expression of gratitude. Alas, he failed to complete the ritual for obvious reasons. While the poor soul cannot be blamed for this, the fact remains that unless the elementals are given their due, they may well consider it a slight. And the very last thing the Gridanians can afford to do in these uncertain times is risk alienating the Twelveswood eternal guardians. But you have more than done your part. We shall see the hero to safety and send for his peers to finish the rite. In the meantime, please make your way outside and report to Elistan. But where are my manners? I am Papalmio. I don't know. And the tactless woman besides me here is... Wida! Papalmio and I are surveying the Twelveswood together. Pleased to meet you. Wida, give me a hand, would you? Wait, there is something familiar about you. Could it be that you are... Never mind. Doubtless my eyes are playing tricks. Till we meet again. They go and escort out the hearer out of the dungeon. back to Alistan once I beat up this imp that's chasing me. All this happened inside Spirit Hold? 12 preserve us. Who is that masked mage, and by what dark ambition is he driven? So many things shrouded in mystery. Well, I shan't find any answers on my own. I must need discuss this with Galfred. The matter warrants a full investigation if I am any judge, and this shall certainly be my recommendation. Your courage has saved many lives this day, adventurer. For this, you have my deepest gratitude. Pray return to Gridania and seek out Mione. I understand she wishes to thank you for your efforts on our behalf. Alright. Time to speak with Mother Mione. Welcome back, Suikyun. A little bird tells me that the hearer and his party owe you their lives. A tale for the tavern if ever there was one. It is only a shame that I must ask you not to tell it, for the time being at least. Do I make myself clear? Until the hearers have made their will on the matter known, it would be best to avoid unsettling people with stories of walking statues. I mean, yeah, that's fair. Now then, you must have suitable recompense for your valiant service. For the first half of your reward, I give you leave to make use of the accommodation here at the guild. Arrangements have been made, so all you need to do is speak with the Antoinette? Antoinette. I don't know. Yeah, I guess Antoinette. Whenever you crave the comfort of a firm bed and a soft pillow. Inn rooms are now available. For the second half of your reward, I offer you another path to fame and fortune. Guild levels. Guild levies. I think it's guild levies. Yeah, guild levies are records of the various requests we receive from the citizenry. They outline all manner of tasks which ambitious young adventurers like you can elect to undertake. Gontrant is our guild levy official, or leave meet. Leave meaty? I guess. Here at the Caroline Canopy. I have spoken with him regarding your knack for solving challenging problems, and he is eager to make your acquaintance. Guild levies now available. By the way, have you perchance heard about the coming festival? It is truly a splendid occasion, looked forward to by young and old alike, and one I heartily recommend you take the time to enjoy. Don't be too disappointed if the recent troubles cast a shadow over proceedings, however. I fear nothing short of the mysterious interloper's apprehension can prevent that. But we were talking about you, Suikyun. You have made Mother proud. I expect great things of you, young lady. Can do. The recommendations list now available. You have access to the recommendations. This feature displays a list of quests or duties currently available in your area. Recommendations list can be opened from under duty in the main menu, and will also be displayed automatically when you log in. If you find yourself unsure of what to do next, this tool makes it simple to locate activities suitable to your present clan and level. Cool. Let's speak to Mother again. Hi, Mom. Welcome to Caroline Canopy, a place of respite for adventurers like yourself. As you may imagine, the Twelves Wood has scarcely begun to recover from the devastation wrought by the calamity, and Gridania wants all of the help it can get. I hope we can count on you. on you. Wait, why is she going through this again? Though I will not deny there are those among us who view outsiders with suspicion. If you play your part, they will come see that adventurers are the very salve our nation so sorely needs. Yeah, I'm not sure why she went through that dialogue again. I may have clicked on her too fast. How is my favorite flushed-faced adventurer? Oh, do not scowl so. I speak out of habit. You've come a long way since first you walked through my door, and I'll not deny it. As a matter of fact, I think it's about time you made yourself useful at Bent Branch Meadows in the Central Shroud. Unlike the recruits you see at Bannock, the men and women out at Bent Branch are fully occupied with their own work. As such, I imagine there are more than a few who would welcome the assistance of a rapidly maturing adventurer like yourself. Bent Branch also is home to a very useful situated aetheryte. It is, in other words, the perfect place for you to begin the next stage of your journey as an adventurer. And what better time than the present? Leave the city via Blue Badger Gate and continue to the southwest until you come to a bridge. Cross it, and when you spy an aetheryte in distance, you may congratulate yourself on having successfully found Bent Branch Meadows. If you so fancy, you may also make use of the Chocobo Porter service, doubtless the safest way to get to your destinations. Chocobo Keith Singer should not hesitate to lend you birds to a capable adventurer like you. Oh, and be sure to introduce yourself to Keitha, the head Chocobo Wrangler, when you arrive. Alright, let's see. We are back at the Chocobo stables. Let's talk to Keitha. Keitha's got short brown hair and is generally just wearing kind of like brown leather tunic and outfit. You must be the adventurer Mione sent word about. I'm Keitha, head wrangler round these parts. I've heard many and more things about you. Good things, lest you worry. When the elder Seedseer bade us welcome venturers, 'tis fair to say we had our doubts. Till hard working folk like yourself set about proving us wrong. That is, consider me a convert. Any road you've a mind to help out at the ranch, have you? Good. We could always do with a hand or two to keep the place running smoothly. As a matter of fact, I have a task right here that wants doing. Let me know when you're ready to get busy. Oh, and you come highly recommended, so don't get letting no one down, eh? Give me some pants. Seven hells! Some bastard Quirin has gone and broken me Chocobo's eggs. The filthy little thief was busy looting the barn when a guard startled it, prompting the damn thing to drop the egg it was clutching and run. Some of the lads gave chase, bless 'em, but when 3 more of the vermin appeared, me lot had no choice but to turn back. Something has to be done about these Quirin. Quirin. Quiqirn. Quirin? Would you mind heading over to the matron's Leith and having a word with a soldier named Rosaline for me? The ratman nests in her neck of the woods. See, she knows what to do. Alright, Rosalind. You're here on Keitha's behalf? I see. Broke one of her eggs, you say? And there were 4 of the creatures? The Queekern are a nuisance at the best of times, but we must now add trespass and chocobo murder to their list of transgressions. They have forced our hand. Our retribution must need be swift and decisive. And who better than you to deliver it, adventurer? Find the lair to the west of here and make an example of exactly 4 Queekern scramblers. We can send no clearer message. Alright, back to Rosalind. The deed is done? Good. A grim task, but a necessary one. You have shown them the folly of inciting the wrath of those who consort with adventurers. Perhaps now the Queekern will think twice before giving in to their larcenous proclivities. Yeah, I'll just go with that. Proclivities. So many complicated words. Oh yeah, I've got raise now. Raise is good. Now I'm going to speak to Asha Jab. Can't really see what he looks like. What does he look like? Oh, it's a she. She is a cat girl, it looks like. She's got cat ears. They look to be white. She's also one of the guards, so she's wearing, like, a Green Ranger outfit with a mask on. Ho there, adventurer. You seem light on your feet. Fancy a quick skip along the route of the Heavens Pillar here? I need someone to pick off a blue trumpet or 2. I know what you're thinking. It's not more than a mushroom, so why the commotion? I'll tell you why. You allow that fungi menace to multiply, and within a moon, they'll be covering the whole damn route and rotting the wood clear through. Just watch your step while you're up there, though. The dynamites on the ground won't waste any time adding insult to a falling injury. Once you're done, head up to the top end of the route and report to Theodore. He'll be glad to hear someone takes care of one of his more dreaded chores. Just picking up mushrooms. Not that big of a deal. Well, I guess, you know, if you're falling down and breaking your neck, that would not be so great. Like I did. Ow, my legs. Alright, Theodore. 4 mushrooms for you. Oh, you've cleared the route of blue trumpets? Wonderful. To be quite honest, I have this teeny tiny problem with heights. No, this is not my ideal posting. But we all do what we must. Yeah, he's high off the ground. Keeping the route passable is an important job. It's one of the few ways folk can traverse the essential shroud, since the calamity all but split the area in twain. It is not, perhaps, the easiest pathway to walk, but there are those who believe the will of the matron herself caused this tendril of a heavens pillar to remain thus suspended, that it might serve as the forest's people. I'm rather fond of the notion myself. Alright. I get another fugly hat, but that's the same one I've got, so I'm just gonna get some money. Theodore, it is regrettably my duty to stand watch over the road from here to Bent Branch Meadows. The ranch has become a veritable institution of Gridania, so any threats to its continued operation are taken quite seriously by the wood whalers. Which reminds me, Mayhap it was my imagination, but I believe I caught a glimpse of some shadowy fellow not too long ago. Would you mind passing word to Rosaline down below? I would go myself, but, well, it's hard enough marshaling the courage to walk the route for my shift. Yeah. Alright, Rosalind, did some stuff. A shadowy fellow? Now that you mention it, I may have seen something. I dismissed it as a trick of the light before, but I thought I saw a shadow in the forest to the north. Still, I suspect it is nothing more than a keycurn thief on the run. If you must sate your curiosity, by all means investigate. Should you actually find something of note, I would very like to very much to see it. Alright, let's speak to Rosalind again. Have you found something? Yeah, I found this leather bag in the middle of the woods. Remnants of campfire in a forgotten bag. This could belong to any adventurer or traveler. And inside we have a chocobo grooming brush and Rosaline oil? But wait, why would a traveler make camp here when it would be far safer to beg the hospitality of Bent Branch Meadows? Bugger me. I think this belongs to that stranger said to be meddling with the chocobos. Thank you, adventurer. We have been lax in our duties, but no longer. I swear we will find this shadow. Leveled up. Now I have lucid dreaming. Gradually restores own MP. Very useful skill. Let's talk to Rosalind again. We cannot allow other centuries to dismiss similar sightings. They must know what we have learned. To that end, I've prepared this letter containing everything we know about our mysterious stranger. I need you to show it to my comrades throughout the Shroud. Once each century has committed the details to memory, have them write their name at the bottom for confirmation. Start with Elmar at the Bannock, then find Bernard at the eastern gate of Bent Branch Meadows. They ought to relay the information to the others. Finally, make sure Algar sees the letter. He stands watch within the stables, so if this stranger's aim is to harm the chocobos, Algar may have to personally put an end to it. Alright, Elmar. I got this dude. You don't look like you're here for training. Nah, I got this letter. There's a jerk wandering around. A shadowy figure. Understood. I'll pass word to the recruits as well as the sentries. Let me just make my mark. There, that should do. If you follow the road south, you'll find Bernard by the bridge to Bent Branch. Godspeed, adventurer. Alright, Bernard. Bernard looks more like those other guards wearing, green tunic, ranger type gear, mask. Got a letter for me? Yep. Rosaline is right to be cautious. For this stranger to venture so close, yet go to such great lengths to remain undetected, is highly suspicious. They clearly have designs on Bent Branch. We appreciate the help. I should write my name here, yes? Yes. And here, take it. You'll find Algar in the stables, past the Aetherite. Oh, here he is. It's off to the side. It's outside in the stables. Mind the birds, adventurer. They get nervous around strangers. Got a letter for you. What's this? A shadowy stranger near the matron's lead. You've already shown this to Bernard and Elmar, I see. Good, good. Then all that's left is to inform the staff here. Not everyone here is a wood whaler, true. But even our stable boys wouldn't hesitate to take up arms to defend these chocobos. So speak to this guy again. You're quite the compassionate adventurer, by the sound of it. Well, far be it for me to look a gift chocobo in the mouth. I have need of a capable woman like yourself. We received a peddler at the gate the other day, an excitable Lalafell that was sweating and swearing that he had been attacked by a large winged beast. Yet, other than hornets, I know of no flying creature in this region. If there's any truth to what he said, it might prove problematic for other travelers. Follow the road south and see if you can find any evidence to support his claim. And should you find something, kindly tell Lothair to patrol his area sometime, instead of just standing beneath the spire and staring at the God's damned road. In those words. Can do. Alright, I have found Lothair. Again, just another guard-looking character. Green tunic, looks like a ranger. You know, wearing a mask. He's an elf, though. He's got pointy ears. With white hair. A northern vulture, too? And they were defending a nest? I mean, I assume they would if it's theirs. Well, perhaps we could omit that last detail from any official reports. I would rather not give Algar any further cause to be cross. Thank you for slaying the beasts. You may rest assured that I will not permit this to happen again. Yeah, I heard he gave me a message for you. He says stop being a lazy jerk. Now let's talk to Lothair again. I have another task for you, adventurer. I need you to head to the hedge tree to the southwest of here and speak with Hearer Leone. After tending to the hedge tree, the hearer was scheduled to board a boat from Mirror Planks. Well, the vessel's departure time has come and gone, but there is still no sign of her. Knowing how absorbed the hearer becomes in her work, I am not unduly concerned. Armiel, however, was responsible for organizing Leonie's transportation and is likely wondering if her wayward passenger is ever going to arrive. Perhaps a gentle reminder is in order? Armeli. She's got kind of a brown shirt on with very short gray hair. She's got pointy ears, so she's an elf-looking lady. And she's got glasses. You bear a message from Hearer Leone? An evil presence in the Deep Croft. That does sound grave indeed. I shall organize a vessel for a later time then. Perhaps a bell from now? 2? Better make it 3, just be safe. Thank you for your trouble. myself a new weapon. It's other, branch, but class quest rewards. There are some actions which only can be learned by completing specific class quests. Yeah, because I'm now level 15, I have to go complete a class quest to get some class quest stuff. Alright, back at the Adventurers Guild. Or, I'm sorry, at the Conjurers Guild, not Adventurers Guild. Let's go speak to the Guildmaster. Sumeyan. It's good to see you again, Suikyun. By the aura you exude, it's plain you have grown further as a conjurer. The time has come that you acquaint yourself with the third element of our art, water. For the first part of your lesson, you are to take this flask of pristine water and pour it at the foot of the hedge tree fond near the hawthorn hut. The water's purity will draw forth the corrupting entity that is siphoning the tree's life force. Dispatch this being and then speak with Brother Jocelyn at the hawthorn hut. As you might expect, he is a conjurer with a fine ear for the murmurings of brook and stream. Listen well to his advice if you would learn to master the element of water. Alright, I'm in kind of what looks like an inn, maybe? Maybe not. It's a big wooden house. Sup, Josen? Greetings, Suikyun. Brother Asume informed me of your coming. I assume it was you who purified the befouled water at the hedge tree? It sure was. The joyous bubbling of the elementals was a pleasure to hear. On behalf of both of them and myself, I thank you. She gives me a nice courteous bow. She's got her mage robes and her pointy hat. And she's an elf-looking thing. I know they're not called elves, they're called like Alizen or something like that, but they're basically elves. Now, without further ado, let us speak of that which Brother Asume sent you here to learn. I trust you did not find it strange to be asked to tend to a tree when your lesson this day concerns the element of water. One need not have studied botany to realize that the forest requires more than rich soil to flourish. Water is essential for carrying the nutrients in the earth from a tree's roots all the way to the very tips of the leaves. The precious liquid is the lifeblood of the Twelveswood. Without it, naught would grow. But should it rise too great a volume, and too swiftly, the nourishing flow will become a crashing wave that washes away all before it. It is important to realize that all of nature is in balance. As a conjurer derives its power from nature, you must take care not to use our art in a manner like to disrupt this state. Ever must we be mindful of the ceaseless tug of war embodied in creation, this fruitful stalemate of the elements. Maximiliax. Brother Josine, are you about? Oh, that was a girl. It's a guy. I am here, sir. What has transpired? So the guard does like a salute. I'm trying to figure out how to describe it. So like he puts both his arms in front of him with his fists clenched and then bows that way. Like with his arms crossed over each other in front of him and then bows. I think that's like their salute. A herd of young antelope stags has gone berserk. I don't know what's gotten into him, what's gotten him panicked, but there's no calming him now. The mad beast gored the soldiers sent to shepherd him away from civilian settlements, leaving us with a pile of wounded over at Jocelyn's spire. Ain't not enough hands to staunch the bleeding. We need a healer, and fast. Jocelyn. Curious. I sensed nothing amiss in the whispering of the elementals. What could have frightened these antelopes so? Apologies. I shall revisit these musings anon. Let us make haste. If matters are as chaotic as you say, I fear the number of injured may be rising as we speak. I doubt that we too would suffice. We must divide our forces. Sukyun, travel straight away to Jocelyn's spire and tend to the wounded. I shall endeavor to rally further healers and follow after you bearing what restorative ungents I can. You, sir, head to Stilglade Fane and beseech an aid of Brother Esume. Does his little salute thing with his arms. This is the one I don't like. This is a pretty hectic mission that I have to do, because basically there's like 10 antelope that are just attacking all these guys, and you have to heal them, I believe, because if you don't, then they die and then you lose and you have to do it all over again. And when I first started, this was one of the harder quests that I did, and it was pretty frustrating. Alright, I came to, I guess, an outpost of some kind. This one I'm supposed to speak to? Yeah, I guess so. I knew it. Who are... a conjurer, you say? Praise Nofisa! You've come not a moment too soon. Sounds like yet more wounded have just been carried in. Pray offer them what aid you can. Wounded Wood Whaler. Oh, I think I need to actually use a healing spell on them. Not myself, the guy on the floor. I can breathe again. Thank you. There we go. Harried healer. These folks are out of danger for the present, but I fear our reprieve shall be brief. The battle with these stags yet rages, and there are reports of yet more wounded. I bid you join the wood whalers and help put an end to this. Seek them just off the road that leads to the northeast. And do not worry, my art should be sufficient to prevent matters from worsening here. Now go. Oh hey, there's Sophie. And God's quiver bow. So a guard of some kind. Come to lend a hand, have you? Quickly, the fight is this way. Gotta leave my party. It's level 19? I'm only level 15. This might be a problem. You see guards and antelope running around, attacking each other. The guy with the bow and arrow just shot one in the chest and just pissed it off. Just rammed into him, scoured him. The other one running around, knocking people over. This guy gets up that was ran by an antelope. Conjurer, your aid! When I first did this, I thought I was supposed to The soldier needs all my attention. Please help the other wood whalers. Yeah, so when I first saw this, I thought I was supposed to, like, do damage on top of healing. But I think they only want me to heal, and that's it. Yeah, at least do some damage, right? And spell. It's not a lot of damage, but it'll add up. Stand firm. Come on. Conjurer, I need you. Alright. Let me heal ya. On your guard, there are more of them. Oh no. And I'm attracting all these freaking water sprites from being my way. Yeah, everyone wants my healing. I think I was just healing myself and not them. But yay, I win. I killed the antelope. Sylphie, what are you doing? There's a bright light coming out of her, bright white light coming out of her hand. Or glowing around her hand, anyway. She closes her eyes. As the light gets brighter and brighter and brighter. Cough. Wheeze. Miss? She falls to her knees in exhaustion. She basically cast Cure, I think, on everyone in the party. I'm fine. Don't mind me. Sylphie? Pray tell me that we are not too late. Isumiyan. Yeah, he does not look happy. He sees her slumped on the ground. Exhausted. Sylphie, what have you done? I forbade you from using such methods. Oh, she tried casting rays. Guildmaster! I will not see you repeat your mother's mistake. Sylphie gets up. My mother never did anything wrong. She runs off crying. Isumiyan. Sukyun, may I ask that you follow her, please? I fear my presence will only serve to provoke her further. She cannot have gone far in her weakened state. Such a brat. Sylphie, where'd you go? don't understand. When I try to cast spells, nothing happens. When I reach for my power, there's just nothing there. Is this what the guildmaster was trying to warn me about? He said I was repeating my mother's mistakes. The same thing happened to her, losing her magic, I mean. And then she... Am I going to die? This can't be happening. I didn't think... Please, I need to be alone. She walks off. Okay, back at the guild hall. Conjurer's Guild. Let's speak to Isume. Suikun, you have returned at last. Were you able to speak with Sylphie? Yeah, but she just kind of ran off. I see. I once taught you that conjurers harness the power of nature, that we might bring about change. Earth, wind, water, healing. The principle is no different. For the art of mending, we draw on the boundless life force of nature and bestow it upon the wounded. Sylphie has never sought to borrow from that bounty. Her power to heal stems from her own life force. The vital energies of mortals are, however, finite. And now that which I most feared has come to pass. Her mother unwittingly took her own life through the continued use of her healing skills. And Sylphie's aptitude for the art is, if anything, even greater. Thus, it is not unexpected that she should reach the limits of her strength at a much earlier age. If we do not intervene, this terrible tragedy will be repeated, and I, for one, could not bear to see a child suffer the same fate as her mother. I shall think on a solution to this dark dilemma. It may be that I will have need of your assistance in the near future, Suikun. Do not doubt your abilities. You are a conjurer who has passed the trials of earth, wind, and water. You grow closer to nature with every passing day, and I sense within you the seeds of greatness. In your encounter with water, you learned its role in bringing of life, but you also felt the implacable power of a surging wave as it swept you along in its path. Like earth and wind, and nature at large, the element of water is possessed of more than one aspect. Having completed the third lesson, I am satisfied that you have mastered the fundamentals of conjuring. Yet this is but the beginning of your journey. Henceforth, you must strive to attune yourself even more closely to the elements and to nature. Alright, we are at where our melee is. What's up, Armelie? Might you assist me with another matter, milady? A wagon that departed from Quarry Mill was overturned on the road when some large, ill-tempered forest beast chose that moment to defend its territory. By Nophisa's grace, the driver escaped without serious injury, but the wagon's cargo was not so fortunate. With none willing to risk another encounter with the creature, I can only assume the goods remained strewn across the ground where the incident occurred. Simply follow the road here and to the south, and you should come across the wreckage. Salvage what cargo you can and deliver it to Keitha at Bent Branch Meadows, if you would be so kind. There's some pretty epic music going on here. And dead. What's going on right now is a world boss, which I've never encountered before. And my friend said it's Odin. But there are just way too many people and way too many things going on, so I can't even tell you what Odin looks like. I'm just trying to spam my my little rocks and things, because the moment the fight started, I died immediately. So some nice person present me. And I don't even know how they found me amongst all of that. Uh-oh, everyone's running. Better run. Okay. Yeah, whatever the group's doing, that's what I'm gonna do. If they run away, I'm gonna run. he is a world boss, so it's taking a minute to kill him. I mean, he's level 53 and I am level 15, so I'm not going to pretend like I'm doing a lot. I did get 2,000 experience, $30, and Odin's Mantle. My friend's like, so that was Odin. I'm like, dude, that was crazy. Yeah, better get his car for some level 30 monster decides to kick my butt. So what did you get? I got, let's see, 2,000 XP. And 5 Odin's Mantle. So when I look at Odin's Mantle, it says cloth. Removed from the back of the Elder Primal Odin, this heavy mantle is fit for a god. It's a crafting material. Nice, you got gold participation off me. Nice. Trade. Okay, so Odin as a world boss spawns randomly during tense weather. Yeah, there's no way I did a bunch of damage by myself. Those are yours to spend when we get to more Donna again. Yeah, I tried giving the cloth things to my friend because he's the reason I got them, so, but game does not let me. I sense evil afoot. That's a giant, like, frog lizard thing that wants to eat my face. Ow! It did try to eat my face. Holy crap! It's basically a giant frog, like a giant beige frog, and yeah, it could have easily eaten me in one bite. All right, let's get some fallen cargo. Because we are at the overturned wagon here. So when the weather is tense and it's been long enough, there is a chance for Odin to spawn. When Odin spawns, he gets a special fate where he spawns. And he looks like whoever got the last hit on in the fight, and he looks like whoever got the last hit on him the fight before. You noticed how he had a second name? No, I didn't. I only just saw Odin. That was the player who did the final damage. I was like, nope, I only saw Odin. Next time he spawns, he will look like someone else. Oh, so I guess he doesn't have a set appearance. That's kind of cool. Odin was the top name. He had a second one look like a title. Killing him gives those tokens you have. Huh. Nope, I didn't see any other title. I just saw Odin, but, you know, I'm blind. Could have been there somewhere. Neato. Go into the stables here. Luquillat. No! Oh please, gods, no! Leia's egg! Sukyun, you must help me! I stepped out of the stable for but a moment, and when I returned it was gone. What was gone? An egg? An egg, sorry! You're sure the chocobos will lay another? Guy, you don't understand! The egg is extremely valuable. I must find it. You will help me, won't you, Suikyun? Oh, thank you, thank you. Someone must have made off with it. There can be no other explanation. I shall scour every ilm of this stable once more, just to be sure. While I do so, I should be very grateful if you would ask the others if they noticed anything unusual. And I found Bernard. What's up, Bernard? Have I seen any odd characters about? Aside from yourself, you mean? Not that I recall. I did see someone calming the birds, but only from a distance. I assumed it was Luquillat. But if you say he was away from the stables at the time, then who was that with the chocobos? Let's talk to Leodare. A chocobo egg has gone missing? Let me think. Now that you mention it, the chocobos were making quite a racket earlier. So much so, in fact, that I ran over to check on them, almost flattening a passing peddler in my haste. I didn't find anything out of the ordinary, though. Could I describe the peddler? Oh, he was Elysian, an Elysian fellow. Didn't recognize his face, seemed awfully twitchy. Oh, gods! You don't think he... Why in the hells didn't I accost him? Yeah... Alright, Umand. What you got? See anyone acting suspicious? I most certainly did, lass. A man. It was running off towards the Tamtara Deepcroft. You say an egg was took? Then I'd say that's where you're culprit. But why would anyone pinch a chocobo egg? Without the proper learning, it's damn near impossible to get one to hatch. I mean, I'm sure there's a black market for it, you know. Just like in the real world, there's probably a black market for everything. For sure, scrambled chocobo's not going to be the thing on the menu. Unless that's what someone wants it for. Then yeah. Alright. Luquelat. There can be no mistake then, the egg was indeed stolen. And from what you have told me, it was no simple robbery. That the culprit should take only Leia's egg and disregard all the rest tells me we are dealing with someone well versed in chocobo breeding. I am sorry to say that the individual in question is like to be a citizen of my native Ishgard. Leia, you see, is of the bloodline of the Oranos, one of the greatest birds ever to grace an Ishgardian stable. Many a man in my homeland would give his right arm to possess one of Leia's eggs. Gods, I should have foreseen this. We must give a chase at once. Keitha, hold your chocobos, Luquelat. If this egg thief's from Ishgard, like you say, why'd he go running off towards the Tamtara Deepcroft? Unless I've got me mental map upside down, that's the opposite direction. Guy shakes his head. Well, yes, but he may seek to lay a false trail, or, bah. Then why, the why of it is not important. Leia's egg is all that matters. Adventurer, I beg of you, hunt this scoundrel down and take back what he stole. Keitha. Well, at least you ain't planning on chasing after him yourself, wherever he's from. We may work wonders with our birds, Suicune, but acts of Durin don't ain't exactly our field. If you don't mind, we'll leave that end of things to you. With luck, you may, Luquelat. With luck, you may catch the thief on the road to Tamtara Deepcroft. But do be careful, we cannot be certain he is working alone in this. Oh, I found Kuplu Kopo. Go talk to them. And got a leaf party. Hey Moogle, what's up? Oh, there's a guy with like a brown shirt with face paint, kind of like if you were to take a claw and slash it across his face in red. And he's got kind of slicked back white hair, and he's got pointy ears. He's an elf. Or Elizin. Apparently his name is Jan Remy Blackheart. Jan Remy Blackheart. Hey, hey, hey. I have caught you at last, you spiteful imp. Now hand over the egg. Kuplu Kopo. You can't have it, Kupo. The egg belongs to Lulaquat. Jan Remy. Who in Halone's bloody fury are you? Ah, those sops at Bent Branch hired themselves an adventurer, did they? Yet another complication. This farce has gone on long enough. Kill the Moogle and the farmer's hireling and bring me that damned egg. Yeah, a couple guys showed up from behind me to ambush me. Bastards. I got 3 guys trying to kill me. Actually, no, I think I've got 4 guys trying to kill me. That's awesome. Wait, no. Who's the healer? Are you the healer? Yeah, you look like a healer. I'm gonna kill you first. Remember, rule 1, always kill the healers first. Stop healing yourself. Come on. You can die. There we go. Oh, crap. That's hurting me. So I got this healer. Now I should be able to deal with other things. Yeah, it's a pretty decent damage. I think I'm supposed to be level 18. And I am not. 16. And my gear's probably the best. Alright, now that your goonies are gone, I'm gonna kick your ass. You're winning, Kupo! Yeah, I was more focused on not dying than trying to read the dialogue at the same time. They usually just say things like, "You'll feel this one, you obstinate cur," you know, stuff like that. Look out, he's up to something. Look out, he's up to something extra nasty, Kupo. Yeah, this means just step out of the way of his attack. Step to the left, like you're doing the, like you do the dance, like you do the time warp. Just jump to the left. Kuplo Kupo. Thank you, Kupo. What's that, Kupo? How did I come to be out here? Ah, well, this egg here is Leia's. Leia is a very special chocobo, in case you didn't know. Anyway, I was having a nap in the stables when that nasty fellow crept in and tried to steal it, Kupo. So I snatched it up as quickly as I could and made a run for it. I was planning to take it back to Bent Branch Meadows myself, but it might be safer if you did it. I'm sure Luqualot will be very happy to see you, Kupo. I was like, oh, you're too kind. Luqualot, saved your butt. Also, since most people can't see the Moogles, you would think that would mean the guy just saw a floating egg. That'd be creepy. You'd think the egg, like, he would assume the egg was haunted or something. Do we have the egg? Is it safe? There you go. Yes, it has the right coloring, the right weight. It is most definitely Leia's egg. I know not how to thank you. With money is always appreciated. And experience. But mostly money. But experience is good too. You had me worried a bit there, Suicune. 'Tis good to see you and the egg back safe and sound. So, I was correct in my assumption that the Ishgardian was involved, albeit one who did not, in fact, make off with the egg. Well, I could hardly have anticipated the intervention of a Moogle. Keitha. Bugger me! It couldn't be that same one, could it? Luqualot. Might you have encountered our unlikely savior before, Keitha? Keitha. Could be, aye. One of them saved my hide back when the calamity struck. It was in part of the woods. I was in part of the woods, what we now call the stand-in horses, that day. Seemed like the whole bleeding forest was ablaze, and I couldn't see Yalm in front of me for all the smoke. Well nigh given up hope I had. Then all of a sudden a Moogle appears out of nowhere, tugs at me smoldering sleeve, and leads me straight to a bit of the wood where the fire hadn't taken hold. You see like a Moogle hot air balloon for some reason. And now you know why the business is named Moogle's Gift Mounts. Seemed like the least I could do. I'd be dead if it weren't for that plucky little bugger. So even though only a couple people can see Moogles, it seems to be a thing that people know that Moogles exist, I guess. Nukalat. Incredible. It may well be that Moogle has stood vigil over us ever since that day. Keitha. Ha! We'd better get back to work then. Wouldn't want to go letting our guardian angel down, would we? Suicune, you have our thanks. Oh, and I believe Nukalat wants to give you a little something for your troubles. Nukalat. Leia's egg is irreplaceable. I can't well express to you the depth of my gratitude. And yet, I find that I'm still troubled. While this whole regrettable episode unfolded, I bore witness to a sight that greatly concerned me. My thanks for your kindness earlier. I hate to impose again, but I have need of your assistance in another matter. One of grave import, I fear. Of late, I have noticed the Ixali... dirigibles? D-I-R-I-G-I-B-L-E-S? Dirigibles? have been appearing over the Twelveswood with increasing regularity. The frequency, however, does not bother me near so much as where they choose to fly. The patch of sky directly above the guardian tree. The tree is a sacred site, or so I was given to believe when first I came to Gridania, and thus I naturally assumed that the elementals would not suffer the Ixal to profane it. Yet the birdmen have been coming and going as they please, with nary a sign of protest from the guardians of the Twelveswood. And it was that which set me to thinking. Ever since the appearance of the much-talked suspicious individual, many and more strange things have been occurring in the forests. Could it be that he did something to the elementals? In case it proved useful, I have committed the details of my sighting to parchment, and would ask that you deliver the document to Mother Mione. Please, make all haste. I have an irrepressible feeling that something terrible is about to happen. Okay, back at Mother Mione. Hello there, Suicune. Word of your tireless efforts at Bent Branch Meadows has reached my ears. The folk there have naught but the highest praise for you. You certainly have a knack for making Mother proud. Keep up the good work, you hear? A letter from Nukalat? I haven't the slightest inkling what this could be about. Gods be good. I have a mission for you, Suicune. Suffice it to say, it is urgent. I fear it may also prove dangerous, however, so you must be prepared. Make what arrangements you can, and report back to me the moment you are ready. I'm talking about, like, settle my will and next of kin and stuff? Maybe. Level 17. She looks troubled. Mother, what's up? Time is of the essence, so I shall speak plain. Based on Nukalat's observations, the Ixal have designs... designs on the Guardian Tree, and they mean to act soon. The tree is the oldest living thing in this ancient forest, and is held sacred by every forest-born Gridanian. Should it come to any harm, the elementals would fly into a rage beyond pacifying. I dread to think the chaos that would ensue. She crosses her arms. There isn't much time. We must act quickly. Suikyun, please see this letter to the hands of Bow Lord Lewin at the seat of the first bow in Quiver's Hold. Should the need arise, pray put yourself wholly at the man's disposal. I strongly suspect he will need all the able-bodied souls he can muster. The fate of Gridania hangs in the balance. Go swiftly, Suikyun.